So in this new CSGO video, we're going to be taking a look at a group of Stockholm stickers which actually aren't really getting touched at all. They're sort of getting overlooked, investors aren't really investing into them, so we're going to take a look at it to try to figure out what's really going on. This is where in this video we're going to be taking a look at all the player autographs from Stockholm 2021, which is a pretty interesting situation once you start to look at it. It's pretty well understood that Stockholm and Antwerp have a lot of similarities, but when it goes into their player autographs, that's where they're actually pretty different. When it goes into the color of the stickers, the halo effect, they look completely different to their counterparts from Antwerp. As well, there's also only 1 or 2 capsules which these stickers can come from. There's the Stockholm 2021 finalist autograph capsule, which has autographs from 7 different teams, and then there's also the Stockholm 2021 champions autograph capsule, which just has the Navi players. So compared to Antwerp, which has 4 different autograph capsules, legends, contenders, challengers, and also champions, Stockholm only has 2. In terms of their price on the market, it's actually pretty surprising they're not even getting invested into at all. They are essentially at the same price which they were before the hype which did take place over the past few days. I mean, even the finalist autograph capsule, this one did rise quite a bit, but now it has fallen all the way back down to nearly where it was before. You'll notice it was selling for 53 cents USD on January 6th, eventually spiked all the way up over $1 USD, did come back down, and now it's selling at 66 cents, just nearly where it was at before. So this definitely isn't really looking that good for these stickers, so let's really go into what is taking place with them. But before we do, let's give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is market.csgo. They're popular player-to-player marketplace which you're able to buy and also sell your skins, which is actually very easy to use. They're also going to be coming out with a brand new design. Before we take a look at the items, we're just going to have to log into Steam real fast. If you wanted, for instance, to grab a brand new P90 skin, you will notice there is this P90 Death by Kitty in field tested. Once you're on the skin page, you're able to see any stickers that may be applied onto it and also quickly buy it straight from here. If you may be interested in using market.csgo to actually go ahead and sell your items, this is where you're just going to want to go over here, click on your profile, and then click on sell items. If I, for instance, maybe wanted to sell this P90 skin right here, it would be pretty simple. You'd be able to customize the exact selling price that you'd want to list it for. After someone purchases your item, you can withdraw the money with a wide selection of withdrawal methods. So check out the link in the description and start making some profit. Now back to the video though, let's just begin with the Nico Stockholm holo, which is essentially the most expensive player autograph holo from Stockholm, which, like I was talking about earlier, the Stockholm and Antwerp autographs actually have a lot of differences, even though the overall shape design of the stickers are very similar. It's just the team logo with the player autograph directly on top. You'll see when we compare it over to Antwerp how the main differences are the colors and the holo effects. Saying this, so when we're actually taking a look at the Stockholm sticker though, this is where when you actually take a look at its recent price performance, you'll see it's barely really even moved on the market, especially when you compare it to a few other Stockholm stickers, which are for instance 3 times and 4 times in price. You'll see it was previously selling at $3.41 to now where it was just selling at $4. An increase for sure, but once again, just nothing like other Stockholm stickers, so it does appear like these ones are getting completely overlooked. When we take a look at the Nico Antwerp performance, you notice this sticker was selling at literally roughly the same amount as the Stockholm one, $3.65, until it jumped all the way up and started getting sales just shy of $6 USD. Now as well as this, let's go into the Zywu autograph from Stockholm, which has 226 listings at $1.96 on the market. But when we take a look at its recent performance, you'll see this is another sticker which barely even moved at all on the market. It was selling for around $1.60 on December 25th, started falling down a little bit down to roughly $1.40, and then has began to pick back up and has now been recently selling at around $1.90, just having a little bit of market fluctuation and barely even rising in price at all. You're going to take note of what appears to be a very common pattern with these Stockholm stickers, as they appear to not really be getting invested into sort of at all. Here's a comparison to the Zywu holo from Antwerp. You'll notice this sticker went from selling at $3.45 on December 25th to jumping up to where it's at the moment at over $5.20. You'll see really common trends with other autographs which may have a Stockholm variation and an Antwerp one, where the Antwerp one is getting a lot more attention from investors, while the Stockholms just go completely under the radar and it appears like nobody's really buying them up or investing into them, so they're still at the same price which they were at before the hype, or barely have risen at all. Same thing right here with the Art holo from Stockholm. This This one only has 114 at $1.30, which is actually a pretty low amount of listings when you remember that these stickers are in the purple rarity. For instance, you take a look at this sticker's recent performance, you'll see it was selling for around $1.11. The highest it jumped to was $1.53, but it's now more so just getting sold at $1.23, essentially just a 10-cent increase on the market, which really shows you that nobody's buying these up. You compare this to the art hollow from Antwerp, this one actually over doubled in price in some instances. You will see that on December 30th, it was actually getting sold for $2.53. To where more recently it actually has been getting sales at over $5, $5.09, $5.12, but it has eventually now been falling down back to $4 and $3.86. So I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on the Stockholm autographs? Do you like them? Or do you think Antwerp are just that much better? Here we have the simple hollow from Stockholm, which has over 1,000 listings at 97 cents. Before this sticker started rising, it was selling for roughly 88 cents, to where more recently it has actually fallen back down to 92 cents on the market, only making a 4-cent increase on the market for this simple hollow. Compare this to something like the simple hollow from Antwerp, actually one of the more expensive player autographs there is, as this one has only 65 listings at $15.43. You'll see that this one definitely had some big jumps taking place. Previously selling at around $11.50 on January 1st, it spiked all the way up at its peak to over $18.43. It did fall back down to around $15.30 though, but a $5 increase is pretty huge to any Antwerp sticker. Now we could potentially just keep going over some Stockholm player autographs which really just aren't rising at all, especially the golds. There's a lot of gold which have actually been decreasing in price since January 1st. So let's actually go into some player autographs which are getting bought up. This is where let's just begin with Shiro, which is on the old Gambit roster or the new Cloud9 roster, whichever sort of way you want to put it. You'll see this sticker has been getting bought up. It was selling at 43 cents on January 5th. It jumped up a little bit over 10 cents on January 8th. Did eventually come back down, but more recently it has been spiking up as people have been buying them in complete mass to where it has been getting sold at over 80 cents on the market. It actually spiked all the way up at over $1, over doubling in price without a doubt, so it does seem like players are grabbing interest into some of the older Gambit autographs. I say Gambit as obviously when we go into his teammate Axile, you'll see some very similar performance. This one's also spiking up, previously selling at 36 cents to where it has now been getting sales at over 80 cents, obviously over doubling in price on the market. As well, we have Hobbit from Stockholm, the exact same team. This one previously getting sold for 21 cents to where it spiked all the way up to over 52 cents, but has now more so stabled out around 42, over doubling in price on the market once again. And then we have the Nafany hollow from Stockholm, which at the moment is just shy of doubling in price as it was previously 19 cents. It did spike up to 40 cents on the market, but it has now more so stagnated out around 30 cents. So yes, there is a few player autographs which are rising at the moment, but this seems to be very limited towards the old Gambit roster, all their past autographs, as they are essentially the new Cloud9 team. I'd love to hear though, what are your thoughts on Stockholm to Antwerp? Do you think the player autographs are better from Antwerp and that's why more people are just investing in those ones rather than Stockholm, as it does appear like they are getting completely overlooked at the moment? Not only the stickers but also the capsule. We literally have the finalist autograph capsule nearly at the exact same price which it was at a few weeks ago, which is pretty interesting really just to be taking note of. It over doubled in price but now has came back down, so I'd love to hear what are your thoughts on it. Saying all this, so I will for sure keep you up to date with all the CSGO news, so hope you are staying hydrated. Until next time, it's been Water and I'm out. Peace.